What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another playtest of Le Deadly Le Decks. Hope you guys are having a good day today. It's a Tuesday, February the 24th. I couldn't stream yesterday because guess what? It snowed again. Gotta love that snow. You just gotta love it. I mean, what's there not to love? That's really the question at this point. What is there not to love about it snowing another 2 feet? All right, I'm just going to set up my live stream here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for coming back. We have some fun stuff that I'm excited. I'm very, very excited to try out today in Deadly Decks. So let me just pull up my stream here. So in case anybody is saying something, I can hear what they're saying. Oh yeah, and there we go. Why don't I just be a streamer who just shows all their tabs and everything? I can hear what they're saying. And last but not least, let's make sure the vibe is right. Do we have music playing? Like barely. Like a barely any music playing. Let's turn that up. Crank it. That's nice. Maybe that's too much. Maybe that's not too much. I don't know. I don't even know if anybody's here. Okay, so this tea is so good today. Over the weekend, James, artist, co-creator of Deadly Decks, we were working on just kind of like organizing this whole thing that's been going on. Play testing, finding new things that we need to work on, finding things we want to update, make better. And we came up with some good stuff. Change to this while I figure out my life. Oh, he did. He made some blades. Ooh. Okay. I'm almost there, guys. I'm getting so confused about what I'm like trying to do. Do you ever do that where you're just like, I just need to like set something up, but then you're just kind of like bouncing between what you're supposed to do and what you are doing? It's wild. It's wild, guys. I'm just going to send out a little notification. All right, so let me get it popping. See, some of the things we changed. Sorry for the slow start, guys. Some of the stuff we changed is going to be pretty cool. We've been talking a lot about the heroes themselves and how they kind of don't feel that unique or interesting in their current states. So like, for instance, we have 3 warriors here. Currently, Simeon and Kira both have, well, Simeon doesn't have anything right now, but both of them have a broadsword and a shield. One has 2 points of health more than the other one. One of them is a little bit smarter than the other one. Thing is, they just don't feel like, oh wow, I'm all about this. Yo, what's up, Raymond? Yes. How much electrical work are you doing? What? Is my stream like not moving? I'm like watching it right now. It still like has like latency. Is this even me? I'm like literally watching myself right now and I'm like, is this me? Is this what am I doing? What am I doing? Yep. Oh, okay, there we go. Yo, YouTube's like latency. I thought I put ultra latency on. It still is like 10 minutes behind. Maybe that's on purpose. I don't know. Either way, it's all good. It's all good. We're figuring it out, guys. Technical issues aside, we are figuring it out. We are moving onwards and upwards. Okay, so as I was saying, we want to make these guys way more interesting. One of the ways we're thinking about doing this is to increase their kits a little bit. So for instance, we all know Ashmar. We all love Ashmar. We're going to play with Ashmar today because we're trying to work on him. He has some cool new stuff. We've been playing with Rowan a lot. Rowan has some cool new stuff. Oh, can I grab the deck? Has some cool new stuff down here. Wow, man. Good job. Good job on doing electrical stuff. When we got our house during pandemic, electrical stuff was the one thing that I was like, I don't know, just call somebody. I don't know. I think because I'm a little maybe undiagnosed ADHD or something. I don't know. But I am just not the guy that you want to put in front of, did you turn the light switch? Did you turn the breaker off? I'm just not that guy. I mean, I have made it this far. I have made it this far, guys. Is it still... Wow, God, the delay. The delay on YouTube is wild, guys. All right. I'm like just glancing over and I'm like, whoa, that was like 7 years ago that happened. All right. Just check here, make sure. So we're working on building out these characters, making them feel a lot more interesting, giving them a lot more things to do. I think we came down here as I inch these guys down. So Kira's kind of the same. I haven't done really anything to Kira yet. Raymond said it's easy to learn, but as long as you have the tools to test, if no power, and making sure to turn off the breaker to the room. Yeah. Exactly. As long as you do those things. Okay, Rowan's our first one who has some really fun changes. Okay, I can't wait to show you guys this. Really excited about this. And then we'll get into Ashmar in a second here. But Rowan actually has some cool stuff going on here. So Rowan has a new ability. We kind of felt like their abilities just in general need reworking because a lot of their abilities are very boring. I mean, like, on crit, you get 1 health. On crit, creature stunned. On crit, do 1 damage. I mean, it's like, these aren't this isn't telling you anything about their personality. And really, a lot of the stuff that they have as powers are just kind of like attack powers. Like, these already have on crits, right? So we kind of talked about it. I felt very strongly that the idea here is, if they have a starting ability that really is supposed to define them, let's make it interesting. So starting with Rowan. Rowan was the first one that I kind of hit. This hit me yesterday or Sunday. I think it was Sunday. He can flank now. And what the way flanking works is a free action. You can take it anytime during his turn. You can flank him. He is now vulnerable to get hit, which means he could take a +1 if he gets hit. Hold on, it's music, not the music, and also a little too loud. He can flank now, and so with flanking, he basically turn him. He's now vulnerable to attacks, but on the start of his next turn, he does a +2 attack roll, and then you unexhaust it. So basically, he can roll and flank away and try and get in position as long as he doesn't get hit. And then you can do that. He also has his cool crossbow, which does 1 damage, 2 damage, or 2 damage and knocks a creature from flying. But we gave him these throwing knives. I thought this would be really cool for him to have too. This is an item that we haven't tested before. It's a new type of item. This elixir right here, you can use this as an instant. That's what the triangle means. You can use it anytime. Restore 2 health of a hero and discard, which means you can give it to anyone and they can use it. And you have to discard it. Most items you have to discard. The throwing knives are not going to be a weapon because he would have to equip them and keep them in his hand. And I don't want to do that. I think that that would be too costly. But you can use these and exhaust them until the end of an encounter. And when you use them on an attack, it is an attack, so you can't use them instantly. This is like basically you're using your turn. You get +1 you do 1 damage, 2 damage, or 3 damage, and then they are exhausted until the end of the encounter. So I'm really excited about this type of weapon because it allows us, from a game design standpoint, a lot of problems arise when we want something to be powerful, but you can't make it too powerful because the hero can use it for the entire encounter. So something like a crossbow, we have to limit the amount of damage output that it can do. Call that the DPS, right? And we can't make it crazy powerful or make anything crazy powerful because these characters can use this at any time that they want. Man, do not like these songs, man. It's supposed to be lo-fi, chill. Anything but. Type of stuff that makes me feel like I should just write my own music again. Get to this thing of like, it's not the right vibe. Okay, so now this is going to be a really interesting item to use because it means that Rowan could flank. He gets a +2 on his rolls, and if he doesn't get hit, he could use the throwing knives, and even if he rolls a 1, he would get 3 damage off of that, which would be pretty cool, but then he can't use it again for the rest of the encounter. So you got to really pick when you're going to use it, and that's what I like the most. We started working on Ashmar a bit more. We have some ideas around Ashmar to use this time around. He also now has a new item, again trying to kit these guys out so they feel different, a lot more different, you know. And the way Ashmar works now, Ashmar now has, we didn't change anything, we're going to change some of the rules up here and try these out. Let me put this back here. But he has a torch now. So the torch is really cool. It cancels all darkness effects when it's active, which as long as you have it, I guess you could say it's active. It does a passive. But he can also set things ablaze. So he can do 1 damage to a creature and then sets a creature on fire. But on a miss, you have to exhaust the torch and you don't get any of the benefits. Maybe exhaust is the wrong term so that we can keep these really simple. Maybe you have to just do something like that. I don't know. We'll mess with it. But I like this a lot. We do have a darkness card already. Darkness allows creatures to attack first. So if you have him and his torch is running, you can do that. But if you miss, it's going to exhaust and you can't relight the torch until you get to an inn, which is really fun. I think. Setting something on fire now is going to work like this. You set it on fire. On the next turn, you apply 1 damage and then flip the token to a small fire. They pay a lot, like $250 per year. Oh, I see how you guys knew about the latency now. I was wondering, just curious, like, how did you guys know that there was a long lag latency on here? And I can see you type it in and then there's no reaction for a long time. That's interesting. It's a bummer. Maybe because I don't stream enough on YouTube, they're like throttling my my lag on here. Seems possible. I'm also not a big fan of like how choppy the game looks compared to my camera. Anyway, little things. All right, and then on the next turn, you remove it, but do 1 more damage. So basically, fire does 1 damage per turn over 2 turns. Of course, if you have multiple damage fire tokens, that could be a problem. Anyway, okay, so a lot of cool things to test here. Kira, not so much different. Rowan, very different. Ashmar, a bit different. Now, the way Ashmar is going to work now is you can turn him, and then you can apply these mist tokens to the creatures. That reaction was quicker for some reason. Interesting. Yeah, I'm curious to see. All right, so let's get into it. Let's see how this goes. Let's go ahead and shuffle them up. Also, too, I wanted to make a little announcement about this channel and what's going to happen on this channel. So we're going to continue doing deadly decks, but very soon I'm going to start working on an Unreal project. Just a light little project. I learned Unreal while I was teaching at the Savannah College of Art and Design last quarter, which was the fall quarter, and I really loved working in it. I don't get to work in it very often because I do a lot of Unity stuff, but I am going to start working on a project here. It could be, yeah, Raymond, it could be OBS Streamlabs settings. I'm going to look into it and find out. I also might just start dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so I don't know. We'll see. A lot of options, a lot of choices. Let's get it started. Let's do a quick round of deadly decks and see how we end up. I'm really excited to try these guys out. All right, so we're gonna draw 1, 2. Wait, what was that? A 2? Did I see a 2 in there? Put these guys back and try that again. I don't think it shuffled properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 cards. Bring them over here. I'm gonna keep Kira as my team leader, and let's get it a poppin'. All right, we're gonna flip this. We got a cursed graveyard. Draw 2 creatures. If they are undead, they respawn after one round if they've not been destroyed. Oh, we were gonna do this. We're gonna keep the Oozer. Ooh, Oozer was supposed to get a bump in attacks. Anyway, we're just gonna go for it. Let's just see. We want to see how they feel. These guys might be a little overpowered for the current hit points for the creatures. It's just the way it is. I'd have to go in and change all of their stuff there. Oozers, this guy's gonna be a little easy. Let's actually swap the Oozer out for did I have it in here? Slime. Let's put a slime in here. Move this guy up here for right now. James wanted us to try putting the slimes back in, since now the heroes are a lot stronger. So let's give it a shot. You guys remember slimes? They are 5/2. They attack the last target that hit them. And once I kill them, when they die, they summon 2 Oozers. So let's see how it goes. Could be interesting. Okay. Actually, you know what? Raymond, you brought up a good point. It's strange because in Streamlabs, it doesn't look degraded like it does in YouTube. Let me see. And I have it set to 1080. Strange. Okay. Well, just wanted to check and see. Inconclusive. To find out more later. All right, so Raymond said, I know a server who makes a ton of plugins for Unreal. Mouth movement when talking, dialogue things. Whoa, I can send the Discord if you need any of those packs. Dang, thanks, dude. Yeah, DM it to me. I have a really simple idea. So part of me is really focused on, I just want to make short form games right now, not to get sidetracked real quick, but I want to start working on just some short form projects. Nothing crazy, nothing like long, but just stuff so I'm keeping my skill set relevant, and I'm also just putting little projects out. So the project that I want to work on, I don't know where it came from, how it popped into my mind, but you work in an observatory in the late 1980s, and the whole game revolves around like reading data and understanding these anomalies that are in the sky, and then communicating with them and trying to understand what they're saying. This game would not be a long game by any stretch of the imagination. Be like, the idea is, you know, imagine the way the game starts is you like tell the observatory to like scan a certain part of the area, and then you hear the dot matrix printer like printing out paper, and then you just like read through these numbers until you see something that's an anomaly. I know this sounds so crazy, but like I just love games that have such unique ways of interacting with things. And so being able to kind of like scan the sky and then read this chart of like light flickers or something, and being like, wait a second, this one is like doing something different, and then like hitting it and then being like, oh, okay, yeah, like let's zoom in on that one, and then you start communicating with it or what have you. So it's just a small game again that I want to mess around with. I just want to get the idea out of my head. I'm working on a lot of older projects, and I feel like it's a good time to just bump in a couple new projects as well. So I feel like that would be really cool. The whole ending of it would be whether or not you can communicate with them effectively, and either A, you find out that they are threat to humanity and they're going to come here, and so you alert the military and then you save the day. B, the military gets alerted too soon and they cause a threat and then there's an invasion. Or C, you actually communicate with them and you have a meeting of the minds and it becomes like first contact, right? It's like a passive, peaceful connection. So yeah, that's kind of like what I'm thinking. In my head, it seems like it could be a small game. I'm hoping it can be. So I'm figuring we would just work on this like twice a week or something like that, just to break up the deadly decks a little bit. Because some days it's hard for us to kind of like get a whole bunch of new cards together so that we can test them. Anyway, that's the side announcement. Multiplayer team up games are very popular, fun games. I was thinking this could be that, where there's a couple different stations and it's a little bit like Phasmophobia in a sense, where all four of you are researchers at this observatory, and someone's like moving the telescope, someone else is reading the data, another person is feeding data through an analyzer and telling people to like send out a radio signal. I was thinking that, Raymond. It's really funny you say that. I was thinking that. They are really goofy. Yeah, a lot of goofy games are getting big, which is really great. I think we need that, especially considering the industry, dude. Like, I'm not going to try and turn this into a rant about how bad the games industry is, but come on, guys. It's pretty bad. And all the games look the same. Like, I just don't get. Okay, tiny rant. Just very, very micro rant. We have all of these computer high res, like Unreal, particle systems. How come every new game is just trees and rocks and grass? It's like every game is just trees, rocks, and grass. It's like, bro, can we please, like, nobody wants to be on this planet right now. Read the room. I'm playing a video game because I want to escape somewhere. I want to go somewhere. I want to be somewhere else. And then they're like, check out the latest multiplayer FPS, which takes place around rocks, trees, and dirt and grass. Oh, and look at all of the water effects we used. And I'm like, what the heck, dude? Nobody wants to do this. I want to go somewhere. I want to hop in my spaceship and go somewhere, dude. I do not want to be shooting other human beings on planet Earth fighting for scarcity. It's like, God. Smoking a cig with friends while by gnome is peak gaming. Are you talking about peak? I bought Peak, but I don't have anybody to play with because I haven't been streaming with friends and stuff like that. So I was going to play with my wife, but then it's only the two of us. Plus, I've seen video footage of people playing that game, and it's not the kind of game that you want to play just by yourself with your wife because you may make certain decisions that could affect your marriage, like pushing people off a cliff. Anyway, back to this. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Now, I gotta kill this guy, and when I do, I gotta kill these guys, otherwise he's gonna come back. So this is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem. Okay, I actually don't even know where to begin. All right, here we go. Let's get Kira to do a basic hit on the slime. I think we gotta knock these slime down first before we do anything. I did change the dice. They used to go from miss to 2 to 3 to crit, which didn't, 2 to 3 did not make sense. It's miss 1 2 crit. So anyway, not that it really matters all that much, but all right, let's try to hit him. That's a 2. We're gonna hit for 2 damage, no crit. That's a 1 and a 2. Now this guy hits the person that hit last, so currently gonna hit Kira. Let's get Rowan to use the crossbow. Sure, let's use the crossbow on the slime. I think everyone has to really hit the slime right now. That means it's going to hit Rowan back at the end. So maybe not. Oh, there's a lot of fun stuff here. I do think undead, I have to put a little kind of like immune, but I do think, hey, what's up? Luke Nilla. It's good to see you too. Not streaming on Twitch anymore. Okay, so truth be told, I decided to stream on YouTube because Twitch just has a different vibe these days. I don't know, it just doesn't feel fun and welcoming anymore. It feels very like, you know, you need to have crazy stuff happening around you at all times and be like this crazy person. And yeah, Twitch just feels like it kind of like, it just kind of went to a weird place. That said, thanks Raymond for mentioning that. I am going to multicast, so I will be streaming back on Twitch eventually. I don't know, Twitch just feels different. I don't know if you guys feel that way too, but Twitch just kind of feels a little more depressing than YouTube these days. So I decided to do some streaming on here, but I am going to do the multicast. Do you want to know how crazy this is? Streamlabs will not allow you to multicast unless you pay, what is it, $25 a month? Bro, it's my internet bill. I'm not streaming through them. And I wanted to do it today, actually. I clicked on it to see about how to do multi-streams. And it was like, oh, okay. You want to do that? If you pay monthly, it's $25 a month. If you pay yearly, it's $18 a month. Just for my computer to be able to use my own internet to stream my own face onto Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And I was like, yikes. I don't know about that. So it would be good though. I have been doing my TikTok quite often. I've been doing a lot on my TikTok. It'd be a lot of fun to set these up and do them. Okay. Luke Nilla, who are you on Discord or on Twitch? What name would I recognize? All right. Oh man. Okay, so we wanted to go ahead and have Rowan Rowan's going to go ahead. We're going to just try Rowan out and see how this mechanic works. Rowan's going to use the crossbow on the slime. So let's get that pop. Oh, shoot. That's a miss. That also counts as him trying to hit the slime, which means this will turn into one of our favorite little peril trackers if I don't get rid of this. Plus, he's going to take a +1 damage. Little dangerous. Little dangerous. All right. Ashmar is going to... I guess he's going to try to... I wanted to try the torch, actually, which if I use it, I do 1 damage now, and then I set the creature on fire, which is a new thing. We haven't had this before. Oh, Victor Sigma. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Nice to see you too. Yeah, right, Raymond? You have to pay. You have to pay to unlock. It's not even like it makes... Oh, don't even get me started. It's ridiculous. Welcome to the future, guys. Like, where everything, even convenience, is something that people charge for. It's just unbelievable. I can't believe they're charging $25 a month so that I can use my own internet. Don't, please, guys, focus, focus. Luke, by the way, how are you doing? How are you doing? How have you been? Can I ever tell you, Luke, how many times when we were playing Space Friends on Twitch and you said you thought you could thread the needle? That was so fun. I still laugh at that. That was one of the best moments ever. Oh my God, I laughed so hard about that. Okay, oh, by the way, so Luke, if you haven't been here in a bit, I've been streaming this almost daily, maybe every other day, I guess is fair to say, 3 times a week about. This is a card game called Deadly Decks that I've been working on with an artist friend of mine named James. And it's a physical digital game. So right now we have been printing these same cards. It's a full set. It's over 200 cards currently. The whole idea of it is to create a card game that is just so deep and complex. And not just for making it the sake of complexity, but making it something that the rules are just so unique, interesting, and narrative, I guess you could say. The mechanics have a narrative aspect to them. Okay, so Rowan missed. He takes a miss. If I don't make Ashmar hit the slime will hit Rowan. This will turn into our good old... No, that's not what I was saying. This will turn into our good old peril tracker, which means we could end up taking a pretty horrible card eventually. That's a bummer. I do still want him to... Oh, flank? Nope, I guess he can't flank now. I'm not going to have Ashmar hit the slime because we just don't want that to happen. Ashmar is he's a nice guy. He's just a nice guy. Thanks, Luke. Yeah, I wish the artist was here. Sometimes he pops in, so maybe he'll hop in here at some point. Okay, Ashmar is not going to use the torch on the undead because that doesn't work. We're really kind of limited with Ashmar right now. He really can't do much. He's just going to take one little baby dagger hit. Of course, he gets the critical. Ashmar gets the critical. His 1 dagger does 1 damage on the first critical roll. Okay. Slime's going to attack Rowan. I probably should... I didn't like doing this, but Rowan now has 1 peril tracker. If we get 3, just so you guys know, if we get 3 of those, we have to take a peril card, which basically is like it's like a pretty terrible curse. You get like broken arms, cracked blades, all kinds of good juicy things that you want your heroes to have. It's only 1, so I'm not too worried about it, you know? It's like, okay, it's just 1, it's just 1. Oh, James is here. Guys, welcome James to the chat. James has done all of the art on here. It's beautiful, beautiful game. So talented. And has become, both of us are now basically like co-creators of the game. Started just doing art, turned into, hey, why don't we just make this together? Because why not? All right, so Slime is gonna do 2 damage also. So let's make sure we get it right. Rowan still gets 2 damage here. And he was, oh my gosh, he actually takes 3 damage because when they have a token tracker for a miss, they're actually vulnerable. That's what that means. When they miss on a crit, this, by the way, this is one of my favorite mechanics that we've added to this, is that when they critically miss, they get a miss token on them, which then means that the attack does a +1 damage, and if they get hit, they get a +1 damage, and it turns into a peril token, which you can't remove now. If it stayed like this, it would get removed at the end of the turn or the round, and nothing would have really bad happened. I really love this. It feels like a really fun mechanic for missing, but not fun when you take 3 damage. Okay, and then Undead Guard is going to do 2 damage to the most powerful hero. That's what that means with the little arrow pointing up. Strength going up. That's going to be obviously not this guy, but Kira. So Kira's going to take 2 damage. Only 2 damage because she did not miss on her turn. Right? She didn't miss. No, she didn't. She did 2 damage. Okay. Now we restart again. The question is, if Rowan misses... Oh, that's right. If he did miss, I could have flanked, but then I would have taken in even another +1, which would have put him at 4. On the first shot, we don't want 4 damage on the first shot. Not a great look. Okay, let's go again on this. Can we... Okay, Kira's going to attack the slime once again. Let's try and get this slime out of the way. That's a 2. Not a critical, but Kira just does an attack. That's 4 on the slime attack. If I can get Rowan to just get 1 shot on the slime, that would be a waste because I think Ashmar can do it. Ashmar can do it. Rowan's going to take a shot on the Undead Guard. Oh my gosh, Rowan, what? Just straight up missing. Bro, come on, we got stuff to do. That's okay. He's not going to get hit. So I'm going to turn him. He's flanking now, which means if he does get hit, he'll take another extra damage. But I don't think it's going to happen because the slime is going to hit whoever last hit it. That's Kira. And then Ashmar's going to hit the Undead Guard. So we're good. Ashmar's going to do 1 dagger hit. Why don't you go ahead and roll a crit, you crazy bastard. That's a 2. That's a regular hit. So that's just 1 damage. But that's okay. He's got 2 damage on him now. Slime's going to hit Kira for 2. Okay. Puts her at 4. Oh, wait, I did that incorrectly, I think. Because Ashmar got a 2. That puts this damage here. That's right. Let me move this back. This guy's done, by the way. Yeah, because he was already at 4, and then Ashmar hits for 1. Sorry, I made a mistake there. So slime is done. I really wish there was a way to do that easier. And now the Undead Guard hits for 2, which does hit Kira for 2. Now this Undead Guard is tricky. When they die, they do 2 damage to the last hero that attacked unless their speed is 2 or more. And currently the only one who has a speed of 2 or more is Rowan. So let's see what we can do here. Kira's going to start it off with a hit. That's a crit. That's amazing. She does 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts him with 2 left. And I'm going to make sure that Rowan is now flanking, which means we get a +2 to an attack roll. And I'm going to use these throwing knives on this, which basically I can use 1 time during an encounter. Which, oh shoot, that's right. Yeah, okay. So 1, 2, or 3 damage, and then we exhaust it at the end of the turn. So let's go ahead and do this. We get a +2 on this roll. That means we get a 3. That's a crit. We undo the exhaustion, and we can use these. That's a 3 damage. This is done now. That totally knocks this guy out. Oh God, you know what though? I should maybe have not done that because this guy is done. If you remember, the Cursed Graveyard means if we don't beat this entire encounter in 1 round, he comes back fully healed. And what I forgot about is that this guy actually splits into and summons 2 oozers. So let's just see what's about to happen here. Let's go ahead and search for 2 oozers. Here's 1. Here's 2. So the slime, I don't know how I feel about this, guys. I still feel like for a first area, I don't know about these oozers. Like this feels very challenging already. I just don't feel like this. I don't feel like this is a good feeling. I just worked really hard. This is the very first area, and I just have too much to manage, I feel like. Yeah, I'm actually not going to do this because I already feel like, no, I already feel it in my brain. I already don't want to fight these guys. It's like not fun. It's too much work. Too much work for just first area, just starter area. So I'm going to put these guys back. Typically when a slime gets killed, it splits into 2 oozers. We would do that, but I can feel it already. It's too much. It's just too much for this area. I would even say this guy was a little too much. It's just not feeling like I got to move quickly in the first area. With that said, we do get 2 loot opportunities here. So let's grab these guys. 2 loot. If I roll a crit, I get a weapon. Anything else is a loot deck. Oh, wow, I got 1 and then a loot. All right, let's see what we got. The blessing. Equipped to a hero, increase each of this hero's stats by +1. Wow. All right, why don't we do that for Kira, I guess? So Kira now has a bunch of +1s. And we also have the Punisher. This does 1 damage and the creature is stunned this round. If my last successful action was whip, which is this, so that means if I do this hit, the next turn, I do 1 damage and the creature is stunned this round. So it's basically like I can whip and lock them, I guess. I say I guess because I haven't seen this card or never. I don't think I've ever even played with this card yet. But you can only do this if your speed is 2 or more. So Rowan definitely has the speed to pull this off. Let's see. Oh, and we can put this back. So Rowan now has a crossbow and the Punisher. I see how we would work this card. We'd probably actually make this so that it would exhaust itself too. So if you whip and you do 1 damage, the creature is stunned this round, so exhaust it. On the next turn, if this card is exhausted, do 1 damage, creature is still stunned this card, and then unexhaust. That's how that would work. I'm gonna put that in my notes so we don't forget. Punisher needs exhaust. Text. Whip. Stuns. And exhausts. Tangle. If exhausted. Do then unexhaust. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, that's how we're going to play this one. So this card can exhaust itself. He did not get hit, so that goes away. And the Cursed Grave is done. All right, next one. Dark Catacombs. This one is draw 2 creatures from the creature deck, defeat them to continue. This is darkness. Creatures in this encounter attack first, except thanks praise to the almighty Ashmar. Ashmar has a torch and it cancels all darkness effects while active. And probably change that word active. So I'll have to think about what those words are. But thanks be to Ashmar. The Dark Catacombs will only be this. All right. I really wanted to try this torch, but I feel like it doesn't work on undead, so I'll have to keep that in mind. Okay, we're going to go through here and do it again. The Oozer will attack the last one. And this Seeker, these guys, probably going to turn these into rats. James and I talked about it. We have a lot of undead creatures in this area already. And so rats maybe feels... You know, James, it could also be spiders. I did really like rats, though. Rats is such a, like, an ambiance. You know what I mean? Like, rats in a dungeon in a dark catacombs as opposed to spiders in a catacomb just feels different. I still think we're at the rats. I think there's got to be rats. These guys are really interesting because they have mob, which is a passive. This card's damage is its current HP. So this basically means that it has 4 HP currently. It does 4 damage. I don't know who it attacks. We're going to say it's going to attack. God, we always go for slowest, and slowest has been a problem. Let's go least powerful. Let's do that. Least powerful is what the Seekers are going to do. All right. Kira's going to... Kira can knock out the Oozer. Oozers have to be 3 or more. I think we make the Oozer health 3. So I'm actually just going to... I'm not going to do that right now, but I think they have to, because otherwise Kira can just one-shot it, and I don't want that to happen. That shouldn't really be possible. Yeah, no one should be able to one-shot something. All right, Kira is... Actually, I'm going to change it up, guys. I'm going to change it up. We're not going to have Kira. I'm going to have Ashmar try and set that thing on fire, because it's 3, and he could do 1 damage, and I really want to see the fire stuff happen, as long as he doesn't miss. Okay, so Kira's going to attack the Seeker. Let's go ahead and roll. That's a hit. That's 2 damage on the Seekers, which means they only will do 2 damage back. Rowan is not going to use the Punisher because the Punisher would only do 1 damage and stun if I hit. Actually, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, that's a hit. Punisher hits. Again, we exhaust the Punisher because the Seeker gets 1 damage and is now stunned. Okay. Now, Ashmar is going to come in and use the torch. The way the torch works is we can do 1 damage, we set the creature on fire, and on miss, we have to exhaust the torch, meaning the torch goes out, like he blows it. He like misses and the torch goes out, which also means cancel all darkness effects while active. Interesting. So darkness, that doesn't really matter. Like if we're in darkness and we have the light, they can't attack first, but we already went past the point of having them attack first. So that doesn't really help us. So darkness, cancel effect only applies to the start. Should be throughout. So we need something that will keep going throughout the entire thing. All right, he's gonna go ahead and do it. Let's roll. Let's see what Ashmar can do. Oh my god, he missed the torch. I'm gonna give him another roll because I'm really, guys, just give me a break. I really want to see the torch work. I really want the torch to work. Wow, he got a critical. Who would have guessed? Okay, do 1 damage. So he does 1 damage to the Oozer, which, remember, has 3 health, not 2. And we're going to put a fire token on it. Now, the way that this should work is on the next turn, the Oozer takes another damage, and then we flip it. The fire's going out. And then on the final turn, it takes 1 more damage. We get rid of it, which should kill it. So, you know, like... Yeah. So currently it has 1 damage plus the fire token on it. Rowan stunned the Seekers, so they can't attack. And he should not be able to stun them, actually. Mobs should be unstunnable. It's just occurred to me because it doesn't make any sense narratively. If there's a whole bunch of them, how could he stun all of them at once? I mean, maybe, but... just a little bit, guys. I mean, it is my game. I'm allowed to cheat whenever I want to. No, I really wanted to see this fire. I just want to see what it feels like. Is it useful? Would I do it? I do like it. It feels very different, like from the other guys attacking and doing stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. See how this all turns out. This guy can attack currently. They're stunned, but they shouldn't be. But okay, they're stunned. They can't attack. We're just going to pretend. Kira's going to attack the Seekers because... Oh, great. She does 3 damage. These guys are done. And then the Oozer... Oh, shoot. The Oozer was supposed to attack back. So the Oozer attacked Ashmar. I missed that part. Sorry, guys. So Ashmar does take 1 damage from the Oozer, even though the Oozer is on fire. Kira already went. She killed the creatures. She killed the Seekers. Rowan is going to just hit the Oozers now. It's probably going to kill them. 2 damage. Oozers are dead. I didn't get to see the fire. I guess we really need like a higher hit point baddie to make the fire like actually worth it. Oh my gosh, James, I just had a great idea. Look at the fire. See how it almost looks like there's a 1 inside it? It'd be cool if we put a 2 on the big one. So you know you have 2 fire, like there's 2 fires left. And then when you flip it, this one is smaller, but it has a 1 inside it. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, I put that down. That'd be pretty sick. I didn't really get to do this guy, but okay. Didn't really get to do it. This guy is dead because Rowan massacred them. And no loot there, but we do have 1 loot on the Oozer. Let's roll for it. A crit. We get another weapon. Reichert's shield. It's pretty good, although I really haven't done that yet. There can be. I think lightning is probably a chain effect. Oh man, I think lightning is less of a like a persistent effect that we would need tokens for, but it would be more like, you know, hit the target and then apply damage to the left and right of whoever you drew. So if you ended up drawing, in later places where you end up drawing like 3, you know, you'd want to hit the center because it would hit both of them. But maybe this guy is the one you want to kill, which would only kind of transfer electricity to this one. I think that's how that would work. But I don't think we would need a token for it. I think you would apply that damage right away. Reichert's shield, I mean, sure. Just basically like an improved basic shield. So we'll just get rid of that. When you do get rid of items, you can carry them and put them as inventory so that you can sell them for the value in the corner. None of these values are actual, like the final market values of them, but you know, we can take it and we can still sell it for 2 because we don't need it, or give it to someone else. All right, we did defeat the Dark Catacombs. Let's separate these guys. Yeah, these are all separated. Great. Okay, let's see where we're going next. Sunken Fields. Draw 2 creatures from the creature deck, defeat them to continue. Party leader's speed is -2. It can go below 0. So Kira now has -2 speed. The reason that's useful is if you're trying to figure out who is the slowest on the team. Whereas, you know, it might be between, well, we don't really have that issue here, but it's actually -1 only because she does have a +1. Just add Thor's hammer to add lightning. We'll put Thor's hammer in. There is a lightning spell, and that one I believe hits all of the creatures in line. But I would change it now to be like, you know, left, right, center, or or more. All right, these are deranged guards. They have 6 health and they take 2 hits and they attack the lowest health character. So they're looking for blood. When you get 2 or less on their HP, they do +2 damage. I would bump this to 3 actually, because this just never, in all the play tests, I think this only happened once. Deranged guard, change to 3 health, +2 damage. All right, there's 2 of them. This is going to be a problem because they're going to hit the same person, whoever that is. Kira is currently at 10, Rowan is at 8, and Ashmar is at 7. Yikes. These guys are going to be pounding on Ashmar right now. You know what's funny? I thought about giving Ashmar a basic shield, but once an encounter starts, you can't transfer loot. I should have given him the shield. That was really... Okay, well, now I know. But yeah, I should have given him the shield. I don't know why I didn't. I thought about it, and I thought, why would I give him the shield? He doesn't need it. He's not going to get hit. Well, yes, he is, actually. Okay, I have an idea, though. Just go with me on this. Since Kira has both shields, Ashmar's at 7, Rowan's at 8, Kira is at 10. Oh, it's not going to work. I was going to say I could drink both elixirs and get them all to be higher health than Kira, and Kira could just take everything to the shield. But it wouldn't work because Ashmar's only 8. He would still be the lowest. Oh, I'm really concerned for him. I'm really concerned for him, but Rowan's not much better. Okay, I am going to do one of these. I'm going to drink one of these and heal Ashmar for 1, because really Ashmar, just please, like, do not let him get hit for 4. That would just be wild. And at least Rowan can still get another elixir off of this. And if we take 1 down, he should be okay. I think that's the way to play this. Okay. So the Sunken Fields really doesn't do much, which maybe we need to. Yeah, maybe we need to. Maybe Sunken Fields needs to be something else. Maybe it's something where, like, the team leader is stuck or something. Team leader takes a -1 to their rolls or something like that. Could be something like that. Okay, here we go. Let's go. If you can tell, I'm like kind of stalling because I'm a little nervous about what's going to happen with these guys. All right, Kira's going to attack. Doesn't matter which one. Let's just go for the first one. Kira's going to attack the first one. She gets a 2. That's going to do 2 damage. 1, 2. That's great. We're going to get Rowan to hit. He could stun one of them. He could flank. He's definitely going to stun one of them. We got to get him to stun one of them. So go ahead and stun one of them if you don't miss. Oh, yikes. That hurts. All right. That's not good. We really needed that stun. Ashmar's going to set one of them on fire. So let's see if he can do that. He just made it. So that's 1 point of damage plus a fire token on this deranged guard. That puts him... Oh, no, you know what? He's going to hit this one because we don't want this guy to be 3 or less. This is going to put him at 3 or less, which means he does 4 damage. We'll put 1 here. He does that. I shouldn't be changing my targets, but again, playtest. I want to see how this works in an optimal scenario. So neither of these guys are going to do 4 damage yet because they have 6. And even though it says 2 or less, I'm making it 3 or less for this round because I really want to see how that feels. It feels a lot more threatening. And here we go. We can use, this guy's going to do 2 damage to the most powerful Oh, sorry, the least health, and that is still Ashmar, right? Oh, Ashmar or Rowan. That's why I healed him. So that's 1, 2 on Rowan. That's 5 damage, which puts him at 6, 5, and 4. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. We're gonna go ahead and drink one of the elixirs. Takes 2 health or 2 damage off of Rowan at least. And oh my god, he actually did have a miss on him, which means he takes 2 extra damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dang, I really blew that. I really blew that. He's at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means he's got 4 health left. Which means if I don't do something to stun one of these guys, he's dead. Okay. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. I think... Can you stack fire? Can you stack fire? Feels like you could. And also feels like you could get more than 1 fire token based on how much fire there is, right? Like this is just a tiny little torch. So maybe a fire spell could actually apply 3 fire tokens. I like where this is going. Yeah, I like where this is going. Okay. God, Rowan is in bad shape. Okay. Okay, what we need to do is Kira needs to kill one of these guys. And then we need to, I guess, stun this guy, because if Kira hits, that's 2 damage, puts this guy way below 3, which means he would do 4 damage. Rowan stuns this guy. This guy only takes 1 damage. Ashmar hits him for 1. That would put him at 3, so he would do 4 damage. Ashmar may need to not attack or something. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Really don't know. Okay. Kira's going to attack. Great. That's what we needed. That's 1 hit. That's 2 hits. Puts this guy at 4. He's now doing 4 damage because he has the 3 or less. Which honestly feels too threatening. Not a fan of this. I already put in my notes. Do not change this to 3. It's just too hard. It's way too hard. Okay. These guys, where were we at? Okay, Kira did 2 damage to this deranged guard. Rowan is going to try and stun this guy using the Punisher that we... Oh my god, Rowan. What? He's dead. He's just dead. He's totally dead. I don't think anything can be done at this point. He's dead. They did not play that very well. Feels like this should have kicked in at the end of the round, by the way, the fire, because it feels like I'm waiting 2 rounds for some reason. So I'm going to apply 1 damage as if the end of the round happened. Ashmar attacked this guy. He caught on fire. Ashmar did 1 damage, and then the fire token flipped 1 time already. Yeah. So at the end of the turn, you apply a bunch of fire damage, and then there's 1 more fire damage on the next turn. Okay. I mean, let's try and set him on fire again. No, let's not. Let's set this guy on fire. Okay, he does it. This guy's on fire. He takes 1 damage, and we apply 1 fire token. He's still... I still feel like the... Does the damage apply at the end of the hero's turns? This fire damage is tricky. Does fire damage apply at the end of hero turns or at the end of the round? It's a good question. Because it feels like it gets applied at the end of the round, which means these guys still attack. And then they could be dead on the next turn. I think so. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell. I flipped this, but I didn't apply the damage. I'm a little confused, guys. I think I have to sort some of this out. I think there needs to be a little more organization. I like the choices. I'm a little overwhelmed with when do I flip these and did I flip them and all that stuff. Well, Rowan is dead. There's no point in even assessing the damage. He's dead. This flips. He definitely takes a peril card at this point, so even if he comes back to life, he has a broken arm. Broken arm means critical rolls count as basic success for this hero, so he can never crit. Never, ever, 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 ever crit. We'll go ahead and take this here and put that here. Would a tree graph? What do you mean tree graph? I have to look that up. What is that? Oh, what? I did this before and it worked. Oh, because I have to grab both of them? Or like everything? Okay. We can take all of these off. That did not go well. This might be a good stopping point for... Yeah, I am meeting with Josh. Yeah, that's my you guys should check it out. Actually, I've been working on this game. It's my contract job. Let me see if I pull it up here real quick. They're in Steam Next Fest right now, and I've been helping do some contract freelance work on this project. And it's kind of interesting. It's a battle royale card game. It's called Degen Rivals. Here, I'll show you guys. Just before I hop off, that's actually Josh right there. That's who I'm going to be meeting with. But you can check it out. It's called Degen Rivals. It's a cart-based battle royale, which, like, that's why I was excited to work on it. It's just a cool idea. It's interesting. It's a lot different than your typical Fortnite game. It's like if Mario Kart and Fortnite met together and then made a child, which they should not. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like, it's a really fun little card game. Like, you know, there's tons of card games. There is no shortage of card games. I can say with confidence that there isn't much like this, where there's a storm. So the storm changes where the maps like end up over time, and you only get one life in the battle royale mode. They have other modes as well. Of course, like it's a kart race game, so kart battling. So there's tons of stuff. But yeah, there's like a lot of like really fun stuff. It's fun mode. Yeah, you can play with friends. Yeah, we should play on here. Honestly, I don't know why this didn't occur to me, but yeah, we should play on here. It'd be great too, because it helped me with playtesting and stuff too, and like cool ideas. But yeah, it's a pretty fun game. But yeah, in truth, I have to go meet with Josh right now, actually. So yeah, check it out. Can I drop the link in the chat? Let me see. Yeah, here, I'll drop it in the chat for you guys. But yeah, that's gonna be everything for this game. We actually lost a character. That sucks. But also, I mean, bad rolls, right? And also I wasn't playing very careful. Pretty cool. I like it. I do like it. Interesting. And I like the fire, but the fire needs to... Yeah, the fire needs... I need to figure out how to organize this fire token stuff. So that doesn't become like, wait, did I flip that one or did I not flip that one? And also, when do you flip them? Because it really makes a difference. If the 3 heroes attack and Ashmar does a fire at the end of his attack, do you assess the damage and flip the tokens when the heroes have completed their turn? Because that could actually kill these guys before they get to attack. But it feels like that shouldn't be the case. It feels like... oh my gosh, the YouTube is so delayed. That is wild. Or wait, maybe my YouTube is delayed because Raymond, you were saying you saw... Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. Is whatever. But yeah, okay, I'm going to jump. I got to go to this call. But yeah, there's a lot of things I got to think about here. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. You guys make my day. I love hanging out here, playing games with you guys, working on cool new stuff. It's so inspiring. You guys know I love it. I love hanging out with you guys. And I should be on tomorrow, same time. Raymond, good luck with your electrical work, bruh. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Kurtiswow